Hi, everyone. This is Amelia Duran, your host of the Porthole to Justice, and I am here with a brief message. Coming soon to the Porthole to Justice, I'm going to be bringing forth a series of revealing exposés on some of these FBI raids that have been conducted in the past. Also, a revealing interview with Schaefer Cox, who, not himself, a family member, but he is a political activist. He was organizing a Second Amendment-based task force in his hometown, and he had drafted a declaration that the United States government must be abolished if it further restricts gun rights. Some really controversial topics. He got arrested by the authorities in Alaska for failing to disclose this concealed weapon, and he basically had organized like a hotline, a call-in hotline where people could call in and have a witness present when there was a crime committed, a neutral witness that could be present during these investigations. So he had created this program, and he is in federal prison for a contrived crime that he didn't commit. I'm going to be hosting an interview with one of his family members. I'm also going to be hosting an interview, and all of this kind of stems from recently. I'm going to play this. This is a Roger Stone was recently him and his wife had an FBI raid on their Trump. On their Florida home. Just listen to this news podcast.
10 o'clock this morning, my lawyer filed a motion to show cause because we now know that the special counsel's office released my indictment to the media 2.5 hours before it was unsealed by a federal magistrate. So the argument made by the judge is that my defending myself in public and exercising my First Amendment rights had the potential to taint the jury pool, and therefore I wouldn't be able to get a fair trial. I would argue that this kind of media manipulation has the potential to taint a jury pool. I think the manner in which I was arrested, I don't own a valid passport. I don't own a firearm. The magistrate released me essentially on my signature, and no cash bond posted, which means that the court doesn't believe I'm a flight risk. The government did not object to that, so clearly they don't believe I'm a flight risk. I was represented, and the Office of Special Counsel knew it. 29 armed FBI agents, 17 vehicles, 2 of them armored, a helicopter, an amphibious unit, all an unnecessary expenditure paid for by the taxpayers for the theater of it, to create a public image of me as guilty before I get an opportunity to prove that I'm innocent. Well, first of all, my attorney learned that I had been arrested not from the special counsel's office, not from the DOJ, but from a CNN reporter. That reporter sent him a draft copy of my indictment, not the copy with the pacer markings, but a draft that showed it had been created the day before. CNN also says they've been staking out my house every Friday for months. The security cameras show no such thing. And in fact, a CNN reporter called me the day before to ask me for my home address. I think it's abundantly clear from the video camera, which I sent to the Senate and House Judiciary Committee, that CNN showed up 50 minutes before the FBI, that they set up their camera 10 minutes before the FBI arrived, That would have to be the shortest stakeout in American history. This is the greatest coincidence since the Reichstag fire.
What is going on, folks? All right, so I'm going to be hosting a series of interviews with individuals like Roger Tanner, who is the documentary who has a documentary that you can look up on YouTube, Where the Fraud Begins. Also, I'm going to be featuring the Schaefer Cox story. So I hope you join me. I'm going to be starting on Monday, getting back on schedule, and I'm also going to be featuring stories exposing the main focus is going to be immunity human trafficking and corruption within our own system that allows these practices to continue in our culture. So, that's what's coming up. Tune in. This is Zeph Daniels' original music, available on iTunes, Angels of War.
Time prophesied from the ancients down to today. Shaka Mega Cortelia Galo, Shaga Vaga Chimolica Cadio, Downey and then Zoligadia Quilfo, Egotica Malaga, Egotica Churagua, Egotica Gagava, Achitamandi Natura, I don't know what I understand with her. Set for the time of the pattern of the map that was given in the beginning from the end to see all, to see clearly, prepare for battle. Oh,